was on my original top 20 most anticipated films for 2020, and with the lower scores, I got really nervous going into this film. And my thoughts? Hello everyone, I hope you're having a cinematastic day. I'm Josh, this is Simply Cinema, and before we get into my thoughts on Dolittle, I'd love to hear what you think of it down in the comments below. Did you like it, did you hate it, or was it somewhere in between? Let me know what you thought and how the critics responded to it versus how the audience responded on Rotten Tomatoes. I'd love to hear what your thoughts were on that, and make sure to like this video and subscribe, but without further ado, let's begin. Dr. John Dolittle, who is living in solitude as a animal doctor who can learn how to speak to animals and can communicate with their language. But when he comes across this young boy and also learns that Queen Victoria is sick and only would lose his mansion from that, he has to embark on an adventure that really gets him to save the queen. Starting with the positives, this is a somewhat fun adventure. For what you get a great cast. You get Robert Downey Jr., Tom Holland, Kumail Nanjiani, and all these other casts that make up all of these animals, and Robert Downey Jr. being the main Dr. Dolittle. And from time to time, of course, I got a few laughs out of it. The way they presented the film and just the humor inside was pretty good at times. Moving on to the negatives, though, it just felt sort of basic as it was. The cast, as brilliant as it was and as well as their performance were, didn't quite feel as special as it should have been from what I perceived from it. And it was just good enough as a whole. The whole film was just alright. The humor didn't work all the time despite it being good. And I definitely didn't hate this film as much as the critics did. I really enjoyed it for what it was, but it never fully bought me into the film and got me invested in every little character, every little moment. There were some things that just felt believable, but it didn't go in any extraordinary direction. And the novelty of the film felt lost when there was more mature adult sort of scenes in it that were intermixed within this childish humor, so it sort of felt like it couldn't quite find a grasp on who its audience was. It was fun for what it was, but it also had some weird moments with the dragon near the end and just some other little things intermixed with fart jokes that I was fine with, but it just doesn't balance out quite as well for having kid humor and then these other different sort of mature moments, and the tone that it sets up as it has themes of death and peril just does not intermix well for being more kid oriented. And as much as I really would have liked to enjoy this film so much more, though I didn't think it was horrible, I thought this film just did little, or should we say it do little, and therefore I have to rate it simply 5.4 out of 10. A kind of disappointing score to start off 2020, but those are just my personal thoughts, and I'd love to hear what you thought of it down in the comments below. Was it as horrible as the critics were saying? Did you just find it to be okay, or did you just find a blast out of it, have fun with it for what it was trying to be? I'd love to hear all your thoughts on the comments below. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed this review. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Make sure to check out some of these old videos that you may have missed in a YouTube video that they suggest specifically for you. And I'll be back for more movie reviews, rankings, and more.